Greetings once again, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan from GBLAN coming at you with Tom, the Retro Sports Gamer, joining me again in the booth for a playoff bracket game between Nos playing as the Denver Broncos against Tundra Yeti as the San Diego Chargers. How are you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing great, Troy, and this is a classic AFC West matchup. I can't wait to see John Elway go up against, we'll see, Vlasic the Pickle Man or Billy Joe Tolliver and Marion Butts.
All right. And the Denver Broncos certainly have a running back of their own in Bobby Humphrey that can do some damage. Kind of almost a mirror matchup if you took the quarterback speed out of play here. Rifle arms. You have the little bit better receivers on the Broncos, but you have the better defense with the Chargers.
Yeah, they're very similar teams to each other because of their quarterback's abilities on the passing speed, and then max speed 63 for both running backs. So we should see a lot of running in this game. So Bobby Humphrey and Marion Butts might see the end zone quite a bit, but we'll see.
All right, Sammy Winder on the return out near the 10-yard line. Looks like we have a pretty standard run-and-shoot playbook with shotgun and weak side open on run 2 in the mix. And we see right away going to James Bontempo's favorite play, run 3, run-and-shoot sweep. And looks like Leslie O'Neal is the defender going into shotgun now with switching now to Gil Bird. And you have to worry about Elway running around the field.
You do. He's got some scrambling ability, 25 max speed. He's going to be running all over the place and throwing darts like he just did right there.
Well, Nas finding out here that Tundra Yeti, at least so far, is out tapping in. We had a 2-tap advantage to see if that continues. And now we have a called pass 4. Throws to the running back, but it's dropped right away. And we have second down coming up.
It looks like Tundra Yeti's switching between Leslie O'Neal and Gil Bird. So right here he's going to go Leslie O'Neal because he sees that it's a guaranteed run down. And he makes the play. Nice play by Tundra Yeti and Leslie O'Neal.
Another tap advantage there, isolation tackle. So 2 taps this time. On that play, I've seen a lot of players go inside the tackle box to get a little bit of a drop on the running back. Instead, he elects to dodge the blockers for a while and then make that engagement. What do you like to do on that play when you're defending a weak side open?
Really, this is a big play coming up right here. Hold on one second. 4th and 6 coming up for John Elway and Nos. And let's see if he converts it. He's running all over the field. And he scrambles for the first down.
25 MS coming into play definitely there. Stretching the field. If that play happened somewhere at the 20 or 30-yard line deep in Chargers territory, I don't think we would have seen that result.
And we're seeing a lot of passing from Nos and the Denver Broncos, and also a lot of scrambling from Elway so far.
Second down and 5 here coming up, single back formation. O'Neal is the defender. This time run 3 is taken away. Still a positive gain here. Gets a yard on second down with Humphreys, that 63 maximum speed coming to play like you mentioned before.
And so far, a slow, methodical drive, but he's picking up the first downs, little chunks at a time, chewing up those Tecmo seconds. So far, good drive now.
And to the viewers out there, you like to think in this game of possessions, not so much in traditional football terms, there's only so many times you can truly possess the ball, so every possession is precious. You have 1st and 10 here after that run. And looks like we have another pro set. O'Neal content to be in that position. And Elway eludes the rush. Unfortunately, his receiver was knocked down on that play and unable to complete.
He's got to be happy with just the incompletion there because it could have been way worse.
Goes back to it, and this time he completes to Sewell and out near the 15-yard line. So good play there. Back-to-back called plays, making some positive out of called plays is Nas, and that's critical because sometimes you're just going to get your play called. You have to be able to move the ball. Run 2 called here, and we'll see how he goes to defend it. O'Neal again this time, looks like.
And we're seeing a lot of Leslie O'Neal, and he wins that tap and tackles him. He's doing a great job stopping that run 2 so far. with Leslie O'Neal. So we'll see how much he goes back to that play.
This time back to run 3. Absolutely destroys the blocker, but it doesn't seem to matter. Humphreys able to get down to the 1, knocking on the door, first and goal coming up from the 1. Hitting power of Leslie O'Neal, doing some damage. Nas may want to look at his alignment for the players and see if he can get a more optimal hitting power advantage so that doesn't happen again. And rotating through the cycle, gets it down to Mark Jackson, wide receiver 2, touchdown Broncos.
Kind of a risky throw. I'm surprised he didn't throw it out the back of the end zone there. There was a defender that got there just a little late, and we scored a touchdown. Great drive by Nas, just chewing up the yardage and scoring a touchdown right before the end of the first quarter. So let's see if Tundra Yeti can answer that touchdown.
Great kick here, and looks like Bernstein doesn't take it too far deep in his own end. Let's see if he can answer the entire first quarter chewed up by that drive and kickoff.
I expect to see more running from Tundra Yeti than we would see on the opposite side for the Broncos. We don't have the same scrambling ability with the Chargers, so we should see a lot of Marion butts on this drive, but we'll see.
Second down and 4, we have a single back formation, and you have really 2 good linebackers that you can use as the Denver Broncos with Fletcher and Mecklenburg, and then obviously you also have Smith in the back end in the safety position, 3rd and 1 coming up.
And he's elected to keep in Billy Joe Tolliver. I do the same. Billy Joe Tolliver has a nice passing speed. If you throw an errant pass though, it could be picked off, and he picks up the scramble right there. But Billy Joe Tolliver, he has that passing speed. Vlasic has a little bit better pass control. He can loft some balls up there, but going with Billy Joe Tolliver is not a bad idea at all.
Looks like going with the LB4 Fletcher here, and wide receiver 2 streaking down the field. Tolliver hangs on to the ball. 3-yard gain on first down.
3-yard gain. Let's see if he goes back to Marion Butts and a big run play. That's what I'm calling right here. And he runs it up. Marion Butts, couple juke moves, and he picks up a nice, solid, about a 17-yard gain there.
He does a good job actually picking Fletcher, but gets engaged by the blocker, which is the last thing you want to have happen there. Was in the optimal position. And Nas this time doing a great work dive in the backfield. 5-yard loss on first down.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised he picked Braxton as a defender there, but he makes a great diving tackle. So sometimes you just can't question the player and just let him play his game. That was a big play right there for a 5-yard loss.
Nas has, in this community, been known to make good use of the bottom corners or the outside corners and do a lot of work by advancing behind the blockers and then forcing awkward angles for dive tackles.
Yeah, I think that's a skill that gets overlooked, the dive tackle. But players that are good at it use that to their advantage, and it could stop a big 4th down, 3rd down for a loss, and it's a thing you should definitely practice.
Now it's something that has to be thought about, and it can slow down the run. So that's, if you get one successful dive tackle, just by being in position there and avoiding those blockers, will take an individual longer to get down the field. And that dive play on run 2 for Tundra Yeti is really something that you can't rely on against a linebacker 4.
And we're seeing a lot of conservative offense here. We got a big 4th down and 8 coming up. The San Diego Chargers, they're definitely in field goal range here. Carney has a 72-yard range. I'm surprised he's not going for the field goal, but I guess he feels like he has to score a touchdown. But this has been a really slow drive down the field, so we'll see what happens on this next play.
Well, the thing with the kicking game in online Tecmo is that you're always fighting legs. So as we perceive the game is not how the players are perceiving the game. We get the encoding from the emulator. So if there's any lag going on, we do see there's a minute 15. There may be concern about giving the ball back with this kind of field position for a risk of 3 points versus, say, 7 being behind. So that may be where you're seeing that coming through. I know that in local play, I can hit field goals all day from this range. Online, it's a crapshoot for me.
You make a good point right there. There's a slight lag sometimes, depending on the connection. And he's going for it here, and nothing really there. He throws it to a covered receiver. Billy Joe Tolliver, he's not going to make that throw too often with a covered receiver, and the gamble does not pay off.
With the tap advantage, you got to think a run in that situation. If you're going to go for it, may have been the stronger choice, and just hopefully they don't pick the right one. But like I said, I think a field goal attempt at least gets you an opportunity for points there, whereas with that quarterback, it's difficult to maneuver. So the Broncos take over here, the second down here, run 3. And critical here, can't break away from the pack. Bullet dodge by Tundra Yeti. O'Neal gets popcorn, and normally Humphreys can break a free from a drone pack, but unable to do so. Saves the touchdown. Another run 3 here.
Just be careful with the clock here. Winding down, but he'll have enough time to kick a field goal. Looks like what he's going to do, and this will be huge, putting him up 2 scores if he could hit it.
Leslie O'Neal at the rush here. Does not block a kick, looks to be straight, and we have a 10-0 lead going into halftime, courtesy of David Treadwell. And the crowd boos as they skip halftime. You know, fans today pay a lot for those football tickets, and they want a good show at halftime. It's not just about refilling your beer and going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I guess that's what they chose to do in this one, though. Weren't feeling the halftime show.
You know, sometimes the announcers have to go to the bathroom, too. There's a story I heard about Joe Buck calling the last game at Milwaukee County Stadium. Did not have enough time to go to the bathroom. Ended up having to relieve himself in a garbage can while calling the touchdown run at the end of the game there by Brett Favre.
Oh, my goodness. That's a great story. I haven't heard that one. But, yeah, I can imagine you're on the air. You know, things happen. So, Joe Buck, you know,
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him, but you gotta give him credit for that one.
Well, first down here for Tundra Yeti. Down 10, needs to make something happen on this possession. May not get more than 3 touches of the ball here.
Tundra Yeti needs to get a big chunk here. He sustained a drive in the second quarter, but got no points out of it. And he really needs to get a big play. And usually when you're the Chargers, it's going to come from a throw to Anthony Miller or a big run from Marion Butts.
And you got to wonder if it's time for the Pickle to make an appearance.
Yeah, when it's JJ time, it's time to bring in the Pickle Man. So I don't know if he's there yet, but we'll see after this drive.
Nice run here by Tundra Yeti. Has to bring it back to the middle of the field to get the first down, which always is risky when you look at 50 ball control. Not too difficult to put the ball on the ground, but gets it here and back to run 3, and it's working. And this time a good dive, limiting to 2 yards. Nas really having his defenders dialed in, seems to know just those right angles to utilize that.
Yeah, and if he's not going to call run 3, then you can't blame Tundra Yeti for just keep calling that and see what he could do with Marion Butts. There he calls another run. It's a motion play. It's a dead giveaway, and Nos does a great job stuffing that play in the backfield for a loss.
Very strange you're not seeing any taps come from Tundra Yeti there. I can't remember if we established who had the taps advantage in the game yet. If it's Nos, then that's why he stopped tapping.
Big 4th down coming up from the 50-yard line. This is where his last drive stalled out. He calls the run 3, and he
huge
breaks
popcorn
the
here.
tackle there. And Marion Butts, this is the big play I was looking for. He's at the 10-5 touchdown. Marion Butts.
What a great run there. And when your man defender gets knocked aside, that can happen, especially when you have top speed guys like Marion Butts at this tier. The right play at the right time. And Tundra Yeti's back in this one.
And we have another great playoff game on our hands here. It's only a 3-point ball game. The Chargers got a great defense. Let's see what Tundra Yeti and the San Diego Chargers can do against Elway, Humphrey, and the Broncos here on this drive.
Winder on the return near the 15-yard line, and pressure's now on Nas to make a positive contribution here and not turn the ball over, burn some clock, and get enough of a lead where a touchdown's not going to lose the game for him. And cross field to Jackson, out of bounds wisely, first down Broncos.
Some good scrambling ability on the left side there to bait him to go out and complete that short pass. Good job by Nos. And we big have sack right there.
Yeah, 2nd and 25. Looking uphill, Nos called, can't get away from that pass one call.
A lot of Leslie O'Neal here. Oh, and that pass control comes back to bite him right there. That 31 pass control not getting the job done, and it's incomplete. But we got a run 3 right here. Bobby Humphrey, couple good juke moves, and only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
So you likely see a punt here that will end the quarter. It elects to go for. This is definitely a gamble by Nos with the lead here in the third quarter. We'll see how this works out. This would have been a punting situation for me. If he has any confidence in his defense, that's where he punt. But let's see, it might pay off. Elway's scrambling. He just throws one up to Johnson. Doesn't get the JJ. It was wide open. And you got to love how the technical programmers said, too bad for you, we're not giving you pass control. I don't know if it was an oversight or if they just, or the history behind why they made him so poor. But Michael Brooks here with the sack, and Thunder Yeti going the wrong direction here. You got to go towards the end zone.
Right. The rating for Elway's passing accuracy is high, but that doesn't do anything to help him in this game. And a huge run by Marion Butts right here for a first down. Chandra Yeti is looking good here in the fourth quarter, driving up the field, looking to tie or take the lead on Nos after John Elway and his pass control really hurt him on that last drive.
It looks like 3 or 4 guys are in good condition here. So offensively, you have better receptions on the field, more speed, more running speed, more rushing power. Really pick your skill position guy that could be deadly in this situation.
And here we got a definite run with that motion, dead giveaway, and he uses that linebacker for Lurch. Only a few guys can do it, but Fletcher's one of them. Great recognition right there by Nos.
So right now with Fletcher and with no play to mask, run 2 and run 4 should be off the table here for Thunder Yeti against this team.
And he's using Atwater for a big tackle. Big fourth down coming up. Let's see if he goes for the points or he is going for the first down or the lead here. Big decision coming up right here.
This is a darned if you do, darned if you don't. This is you got to get points on the board. If you don't score, you lose. But you could score and still lose with the way the timing is left. But with 3 minutes plus left in the game, there's still time to make a defensive stand. And trying to get that ball back if you need to. Mecklenburg unable to block it, and the field goal is good. 10-10 for a tie game here.
Another great game in the playoffs here in the GBLAN online tournament. And I can't wait for this last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. Nos with the return with Winder and the Denver Broncos, and not much of a return there. Only 7 yards.
We have an excellent player here. Was it Humphrey?
Last drive, Troy.
Who's that Humphrey that was an excellent there? Did you see?
I didn't quite see it right there, but if he isn't excellent, we might see some running out of him. Still 3 minutes left. Plenty of time to run. Oh, it's so well with the excellent condition.
This has been a great game so far. Some adversity being overcome by Thunder Yeti, looking uphill at the higher seed Nos and playing tied in the fourth quarter with a chance to get a stop here. So nice play to Jackson. Timing, the drone dives, unable to make the tackle and gets out for the first down. First down Broncos.
Nos has been able to move the ball in this game so far. It's just that last drive, John Elway just couldn't make the throws. Guys were open. Called play right here. He's throwing one up. This is dangerous, and it's picked off at J.J. Pick Gilbert, and that's where Gilbert will hurt you with that 69 interception rating. That one stings.
more than 2 notches above the pass control rating versus INT rating. Might have been the last place you should have gone in that situation as far as interception chances, Gilbert being one of the best on the field. But the deed is done, and now Tundra Yeti with a chance to take one away from the higher seed NOS. All he needs to do is wind this clock, not turn the ball over, and get some points before the game is done.
You never know what could happen. The Tecmo gods can strike at any moment, and this could be a different story. But so far, it looks like Tundra Yeti's in the driver's seat right now. Billy Joe Tolliver drops back, throws, an incomplete pass. 4th down and 1. I think you got to take the points here and go for the win. But you're going to give NOS a little bit of time if you do that. To at least throw up a few balls at the end zone, Hail Mary style, and see what happens.
I know that, see the kick is up here. Looks like it's going to be good. And it is. So he takes the lead, Tundra Yeti, 13-10. Not much time left here in the 4th quarter. That pass to, that burn route was open, but only needing 1 yard to get a first down and wind more time off the clock. Now puts in a situation where he has to take those points. I would have liked to see him try to scramble for that 1 yard back on that 3rd down, but we'll see if this will affect the outcome. We have O'Neal in coverage here. Looks to be a pass-to route, and Kubiak is in the game now. Slower passing speed gives receivers time to get down the field and better chance for a JJ. Now we have the interception. Leslie O'Neal, and should be getting out of bounds here instead of running to the middle of the field. But
and that 19 interception rating, icing the game there. We had a receiver Young on the Broncos. You don't see him in the game too often. Just throws one up, and Tundra Yeti gets a big win, 13-10 over the Broncos in the GBLAN online tournament playoffs.
Well, notable stat here, absolutely no reception yards for San Diego in this game. I don't know if a fumble or something may have wiped one out, but you don't see that too often. 0-0 and 0. No, not even a pick to show for it. Yet coming away with the victory, 13-10. Marion Butts definitely the difference maker. Bobby Humphrey did not have a bad day on the ground, and Elway not getting much done through the air either. But Tundra Yeti surviving and defeating NOS will now go down into the losers bracket. This is one of the early rounds of the bracket, so both players coming in. This is their first game in bracket play action. So, and we'll have the bracket link in the description as well as Tom's YouTube channel. If you want to get a more comprehensive breakdown of each individual team, he's got a great series for his Madison tournament prep that each one of you should go and check out, whether you're a new player or experienced. So, Tom, thank you for joining me today. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It was. This was another great playoff game. 2 games. This one came down to the wire. What a great game it was. Thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime. I'm sure we'll get you on here for additional tournament games. Hey, everyone out there, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down button. Appreciate your comments if you have any thoughts about this one. And if you haven't seen our videos and you want to see more of them, especially related to this tournament, hit subscribe and you'll get that notification when we upload new videos. For Tom Stanky, this is Troy Frisk, Trojan 1979, signing out. Have a good one.